Okay, the third section is the steps of getting up. Okay, so from here, we're already sitting down. You know, we'll try the wall horsey one more time. We're over here, pull your board up. And then from here, we're usually sitting down. Then I say, okay, I'm gonna teach you guys how to get up on your surfboard. So everybody lay down on your surfboard. So you get them down. First important thing that I go over is position on the board. You want their body to be down the center. You don't want them to be off to the side here. Down the center. Everything stays on the board unless you're paddling, so including their feet. A lot of beginners, for some reason, they drag their feet in the water. Just remind them to put their feet together. Also, when they're first catching their wave, you want their feet to be all the way to the back. Common mistake will be that they nosedive. For some reason, they like to go to the front of the board and they think it's safe. So always check your feet. So important thing I tell them is the position on your board where your feet is. So I say a couple inches from the back. Just say a couple inches because if the wave is bigger or smaller, then you can move them in the water. But if you say a couple inches from the back, that's perfect. You know, you can also do something like this. Keep their feet a couple inches from the back. Have them stretch their hands out and make a little marking. Maybe draw something here or like the flowers here. Because this can tell them they're always looking forward. That way they don't have to look back. So they stretch their arms out. They know their hands are right where their marking is. Their feet is in the right spot. Now if their hands are all the way forward here, then they know they're not in the right spot. The marking is here. You have to move back right here. Then you know their feet is a couple inches from the back. That's a little trick. Okay, so always get their position on the board first. Then I tell them, first thing you're gonna do is paddle. So cup your hands together, looking forward. You can put your chest slightly up and reach as far forward as you can into the water and as far back. And it's just a freestyle. You just tell them to paddle. Okay? And I'm gonna come up behind you and give you an extra push. So once you feel the push or you hear me say up or both, you're gonna do step one. Okay? So paddle first. Once I come up behind you and give you the extra push, I'll say up. Once you hear that, step one, reach back by your chest. Arch up. Okay? Step two, bring your knees up. Just like this. You can have them crawl up like this, that's fine. You can have them kind of scoot it up a little bit, that's fine. Okay? So next step is your knees, 2 knees to your hands. Fingertips. What fingertips does is create room so they can put their front foot forward. If they're down like this, they're not gonna bring their front foot forward. So fingertips. Okay, next step, slide your front foot right next to your hands here. Okay, just touch the board so you have balance. You don't want their feet to be out here or over here. Okay, you want their feet to be right next to their hands. Then I make sure that their feet is down the center. Because if it's off here, they're gonna get up off the line. So put their feet right here. And I also cheat. I angle their feet already, okay? Then I tell them to just stay there, watch me, because this part is tricky. You lean forward, then your feet is already back there. Lean forward, plant your back foot, and then stand up, okay? If they can, I usually say, if you can, stand up, but keep your hands on the board for balance. And I say something like, if you can, your hand should be the last to leave the board. Okay, we'll go over it again. So make sure their position is down the center, a couple inches from the back, down the center. And it's always paddle first, always looking forward. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Once I say up, reach back by your chest, arch up. You want their hands to go back by their chests because if they're too far forward, it's hard for them to push up. It's also where their hands go is where their front foot is going to go. Okay, so if their hands are here, they're going to be too far forward. So make sure that their hands are over here. Arch up. Step 2, bring their knees up. This is another common mistake I see. They jump all the way up. Their knees over here. This is uncomfortable where their knees are by the hands. So to get comfortable, they're gonna crawl forward. So I make sure that they're just there's a little gap here. But you also don't want it to be too far back. So I say, just get comfortable. Leave a small gap here, okay? Also, be on your toes. You don't want them to be down like this. Go on their toes. Okay, fingertips, just to create room. Front foot, right down the center. Lean forward, and plant the back foot, and then stand up. Common mistake here with the back foot is they slide, and their back foot ends up off the line here. Trick that I have for that is just imagine you have a Coke can back there or a can and you have to stomp the can. Okay, so lean forward, stomp the can, and then stand up. Usually puts their feet right down the center. Okay, last time. Position down the center, always looking forward, paddle. Once I say up, reach back by your chest, arch up, knees up, fingertips, front foot, lean forward, back foot, okay, stand up. When you're up, look forward, bend your knees, lean back to control your board. Now, you can also say something like, lean back to control your board, move forward to go faster. Okay, slow down, control, lean forward for gas or going faster. Easy way to turn your board. Some people will ask, how do I turn? It's real easy. Lean back, look and turn your shoulders where you want to go. It's usually going to be to the right. Then you're going to start to turn. Bigger the board, the easier it is, harder it is to turn. But you can still turn. Okay, lean back, look and turn your body to where you want to go. If you don't turn, it's probably because you're too far forward. Okay, try to do it. If nothing happens, take a step back and then try it again. Then you're going to start to turn. Okay, so that's the steps to get up on your board.